college basketball shaving scheme involving more than 39 players in 17 NCAA Division I teams resulted in dozens of games in the previous 2 seasons being fixed by a gambling ring. Goodness gracious. That included a former NBA player, according to federal indictment unsealed this past Thursday in the Eastern District of Pennsylvania. Now, 20 of the 26 defendants played college basketball during the 2024 and or the 2025 seasons, according to the indictment. For the players charged, Simeon Cottle, Carlos Hart, Kamian Shell, and Omar Kuresi, they have played for their former or current teams in the past week. The allegations against Hart, Shell, and Kuresi stem from their previous schools, while Cottle's alleged incident occurred in the 2024 season. None of the allegations against them were from this season. Now, Eastern Michigan said in a statement that Hart has been suspended from all team activities pending the outcome of the festivities. Now, I'm not sure you're aware, Cool, but the NCAA body was back in October saying, you know what, we'll allow college players, basketball, football, whatever, we'll allow them to bet, but we're only going to have them bet on pro games. We're not going to have them bet on college games. And when that got released, you saw one scandal after another scandal after another scandal after another scandal just pop up of these players betting on teams in college basketball and football. Some of them point shaving. And it's amazing to me that the NCAA is so greedy. They wanted to have their hand in that cookie jar, and then all of a sudden they realize, oh, we opened the Pandora's box, and out comes all these allegations. Before Thanksgiving, have the NCAA body say, oh, you know what? That thought of we're allowing college players to bet, nah, we're not going to do that. We're going to rescind that. So what are your thoughts, sir, on the NCAA having all of these point shaving scandal things going down recently?
I mean, you can't stop point shaving. You really can't. Let's be 100% honest. You can't stop it because you don't have every school having the ability to have big NIL bucks, right? So if you're going to a smaller school, right, like for instance, A&T, I went to A&T, right? I know a couple of guys from there have been caught up in this situation. I get emails about it daily from, my A&T newsletters. But you look and hey, if you make sure that y'all don't score over this amount of points, a couple $1,000, you know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody gonna really figure it out. And a lot of times it doesn't get figured out. If it wasn't so rampant, they wouldn't have even been looking into it. There wouldn't even be allegations. And I think the problem you have is you have these schools that have the ability to pay these kids or these young men and women, a good chunk of change, right?
Right. Mm-hmm.
Like the quarterback that Miami just stole from Duke for $10 million.
Stole.
Love it. And Duke, if you're mad, don't be mad at Miami. Be mad at him for accepting, and be mad at the rules that are in place that allow it. Don't hate the player.
Hate the game.
But you go to these schools that don't really have the ability to pay you like that because of the school that you're at, the revenue that they're making, things like that. And opportunities like this come available. And I mean, you're on a team where you're probably not going to win a lot of games anyway, right?
Right.
Or you're going to win games, but you just make sure it stays within a certain point range, things like that. It's hard to curtail that when you've got guys out here making millions of dollars and you got guys out here barely getting a couple thousand, right? Some not getting anything. Right. If those guys are approached to say, hey, I don't want you to affect the outcome of the game, but I want you to make sure that if you guys are 15-point favorites, that you win by less than 15 points. You do that, we'll throw you $40,000. I mean, as a young man in that same situation, putting myself in my mindset at that time, because even if you get caught, you know what I'm saying, you get punished, the school's not going to make you pay back your scholarship. You're just going to be shamed and maybe have to do a little jail time, but you still got the money. You're going to make you your money back because you can't prove how much I got. So it's a problem for sure. There was a way to fix it 100%, I'd be with it. But truthfully, I don't think there is a way to fix it 100%. You're gonna have guys that if they're approached, the financial situations could be different for different people. $40,000 could change some people's life.
Right.
So if you're giving me enough money that can change my life for me to make sure that we lose by 12 points instead of seven, that we win by 12 points instead of 17 points, I mean, I can make that happen. And that's just the mindset
Hmm.
of a kid that age in that situation. Because you're not going to Carolina and Duke and places like that. You're
Right.
going to schools where you know that money that you can offer is going to make a difference and make them make a poor decision. It's hard to curtail that, in my opinion.
Well, and I agree with you 100%, man. When you actually have what is that? When you have life changing wealth that actually comes to you, and you can save money, but let's be honest, man. From where we both came up, when you have life changing wealth, and $40,000 would be considered life changing wealth, and come into play, and you just now wetting your beak as an adult. Uh, that's going to be difficult to just say, oh, I have to play the straight and narrow. I gotta turn that down. That's hard to do. That's hard to do when you look home and you see your mother struggling, you see your sisters or brothers struggling, and if you're blessed to have your father at home, you see him struggling too, and you are the of hope to lift your family and yourself from squalor and poverty into something that is considered opulent or at least decent living. Yeah, you're gonna have these scenarios happen. To your first point, you're not gonna stop point shaving because you have that condition always going to be happening. Where, let's be blunt, let's be honest. When you see these athletes play sports, more than likely they're looking at it as basically the ultimate lottery ticket. This will basically bring generational wealth if I maximize my potential and get into the pros. So when you do have that, it is difficult, like you said, and I agree with you, to say, nah, nah, I got to turn that down. That's real difficult. Heck, I could say now, I have not seen, like I said, $40,000. I have not seen $40,000 at one time in my life still, and I'm far past college. So
Me too.
yeah, so I mean, if we see that type of money at one time now, we would be drooling all over our mouths. What makes you think an 18, 19, 20-year-old kid wouldn't? A young adult wouldn't? It'll be much harder. So, yeah, I agree with you. I mean, this will continue to happen and it will continue to bubble over. And it's unfortunate, but that's just how it is. But I do have a little bit of fun at some expense because, I mean, when you have idiots that want to point shave and you realize you have thugs in the background who are like, yeah, he's in our pockets and we're richer. Yeah, that goes on too. But from the play standpoint, I cannot agree with you more, man. It's one of those scenarios and situations where if the scenario is right and I'm hungry enough and the opportunity's there, who's to say I'm going to turn that money down? Oh well. But with the NCAA, this is going to continue to keep going and going to continue to keep going and going to continue to keep going. But that's what you get, NCAA, because you're greedy. You still want more money. You still want to profit more. And what's sucking about it from your aspect is that you are hurting these impressionable young men and women to do it. Mostly men, but you're hurting them. You're hurting their future just so you can have more money. Well, what's that saying that we heard in Ball of Confusion? Oh yeah, and the band played on, because that's what we're going to be seeing with this.